How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Caitlin?
Good. It's so nice to see you again.
Yes, you too.
Just once again, before we get started, I just want to get your permission that it is being recorded again,
Yeah, that's all
the
good.
session. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
And I just have to go through the work health and safety again as well. So you in the same room, nice private room with your ergonomic workspace.
Yeah, I'm not at the same room. I'm in the salon today, in
Oh,
the
perfect.
in the room, but I've got it all locked and everyone knows I'm in a meeting. So
Amazing. Did you get called in today to do some
I just popped in
clients?
to do a few things. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's how it runs, isn't it?
it does. It does
Always,
indeed.
always popping in. So, today it's gonna be your 30 minutes again, and we discussed that we would talk about increasing the salon's productivity.
Yep. Yes. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, nice. So, firstly, how did you go since last week I spoke to you? You were looking at having a staff meeting.
Yes, I had a staff meeting on Tuesday, and it went well. They were quite like engaged in it, and um, it seemed to like boost everyone up a little bit. So yeah, they seem pretty excited about some of the things we spoke about, and about knowing that they can come to me whenever they want.
Yeah, just opening those
Yeah, so
lines of
yeah,
communication.
they're definitely more engaged with the communication now.
Yeah, that's good. And did you feel, because I know you were quite nervous beforehand, so do you
Yeah, I
feel,
feel a lot better about it now.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel heaps more better about it now. Yeah, feel more
And we spoke
comfortable.
of, that's good. And we spoke about some timeframes about holding them. Do you think that you'll go with monthly now, or do you think you'll do them a bit more regularly?
Yeah, I think we'll do monthly, and but I've let the girls know that if they feel as a team that they would like one sooner, or if we need to do one like because we've got something coming up that was unplanned, we're like, oh, we better organize this so we can have it like just a short one, not as long. We can
Yeah.
do in between if we need. Yeah, and if they want one-on-ones, then they can um, just let me know and go from there.
Yeah, good. One-on-ones are really beneficial as well. So that might be something you could
Yeah,
look at as well.
yeah,
Which we'll probably touch on today when we talk about KPIs. But when you do your one-on-ones, those are the types of things that you could bring
things.
into
Yeah,
those meetings.
yeah,
And you can always do the salon's KPIs in your team meetings and then the individual ones,
yeah,
or,
by
or
themselves. Yeah,
stats, whatever you call them. Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Alrighty.
Perfect. Well, I'm glad that all went really well. That's very exciting.
It is.
So today, just talking about the productivity. When we talk about KPIs, do you understand what KPIs are? Have you used KPIs before?
Not really. We didn't really do so much of that back in the day. So
Yeah.
yeah, no, not really. So obviously it's like setting goals, but I'm like, I don't even know where to start with how you'd set it as a group and how you set it as individuals, or like, is it based on products? Is it based on clients? I don't have any idea of it, even where to start. So
Yeah, perfect. So we can go through a bit of that today, and I can
okay.
give you a bit of guidelines of what we used, which have come down from the franchise. So these aren't obviously figures that I've made up. They're figures that have come down, through business managers as well. So, and I mean, you
Yep.
can always adjust them to what you feel is working, but at least it gives you a bit of a benchmark to start with.
Yep. Okay.
And then you can see how things are tracking from there.
All right. That sounds great. I would like that. Thank you.
Yeah. Um, so the other thing I think we need to talk about as well is the clear job descriptions for the girls. Do you think
Yep.
that'd be useful? Do you think they understand that
Yeah.
yet.
I think some of them are a little bit lost at times, um, especially probably some of the newer girls who haven't been doing it as long. Um, the ones who've been obviously working in the salon for a long time, they kind of like know what they got to do a bit more than like in between clients and um, all the extra things that you do as a therapist where it's not in a treatment room, where the young ones kind of feel they seem a little bit lost, like there's a lot of milling around the desk and in the staff room and not really knowing what they need to be doing. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
perfect. I'm just writing this down as well. Outerlands. So, have you got a pen and paper on you today as
Yep.
well? So yeah, okay, cool. So
Yep.
we can write some of these things down. So I think if you do look at writing a clear job description for them,
Yep.
and if you do need some help with templates, just let me know as well, because I'm more than happy
Yep.
to share ones that we have used in the past.
Okay.
Um,
Awesome. That'd be great.
yeah, but that will help really give them almost like a list of what is required of them. It'll make things run a bit more smoothly.
Yep.
When we do the KPIs, you can have that in there as well, so they understand what is required of them in terms of productivity and sales and things like that as
Okay.
well.
Yep.
So it kind of
That'd be
all
great.
blends. Yeah, it all blends into one, I think.
Okay. That would be great. Yeah, if you have like a template of some sort, just so because I'm a bit more visual.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll shoot that over to you. I'll write that down and I'll shoot that over to you.
Thank you.
One that we've used. Yeah. Because what you'll find if they have a clear outline of what's required of them, you'll find your productivity will probably increase a lot then as well.
Yep.
Like you said, if
Yeah.
they're just hanging around reception or they could be doing
Yeah.
more productive things for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Definitely.
So when we talk about KPIs now, are you still using Timely or are you changing software?
Yeah. No, still got Timely.
Still, yeah. Okay, cool. So Timely has some great reporting that you can use as well. So you'll be able to bring all of these up on Timely.
Okay.
As
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I haven't delved right into the report side of things. I've just used the basic ones. But yeah, I haven't looked into all the staff and the client stuff really.
Okay. Yeah. So take some time over the next couple of weeks or, week or so and have a look at the reports as well after our session today. But
Yep.
Timely also have a really great help function. So because they're in Australia, they can help you. So if you can't find something, you can just log on and chat with them and they can help you out
Okay. All
to
right.
find
That's good
reports
to
as
know.
well. So yeah, don't forget those little things to help you out as well.
Yep. Okay. Awesome.
Okay. When we look at KPIs, so that key performance indicators, we generally look at this. Sometimes there's 6, but there's generally 4 quite important points that you want to look at for your productivity of your salon. So one would be the productivity. So you can do salon or staff productivity.
Okay.
So that's what they're generating in the time that they're there.
Okay. Generating time. They are there.
So as you said, whether you use products or treatments, you can combine them or you can do them separate.
Okay. Combined or separate.
Yeah. So another one we look at is rebooking. So we'll touch on that a little bit as well, but that has changed with the times as well. It used to be that percentage, you wanted it quite high, but these days with online bookings and things like that, it does drop our rebookings that'll show on the
Okay.
system, but we can touch on that as well. But we still do want the girls trying to rebook their clients.
Yeah. I think I would personally prefer them to try and rebook them in for like their next session or the next couple of sessions over booking online. That way they're kind of in, it's on their mind before they've left and then they forget about it or
Yeah.
yeah.
The other one that we would look at is the average spend as well. So
Okay, yeah.
what a customer is spending each time they come in.
Yeah. Okay.
And then another one is your retail percentage as well, because you do want to make sure that the girls are selling retail as well.
Yep. Okay. And retail. So should they have like a goal? Is that what, like with the KPI, like they'd have a goal that of how many products to sell or like how much? Yep. Okay.
So, and that's completely up to you with the retail. You could do it as a unit. So, do they
Yep.
sell 2 products each session or do they sell $200?
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Yeah. I know because I've had where product ranges as well in the past have if a therapist sells say 20 or 25 products, they get a free product from the company. But I can't remember if we've got that with our range currently. I'll have to look into that.
yeah.
So then that's an extra thing that they can get on top of what I would do, or would you do it combined?
So you would do it on top, yeah. So you'd work it in
Okay.
together.
Yep. Okay.
Sorry, do you mind if I just duck out for 2 seconds?
No, you're okay. You're fine.
Sorry, I will be 2 seconds.
That's okay.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. Oh, good.
Yes, so you could do them, you could work them in together, but also keep them separate as well.
Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. And then I'd be able to pull this information that they have been currently doing from the reports then.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. And that will give you a bit of an idea as well. So it all links in together. So that'll give you a bit of an idea of where they're at. And you also might be
Yep.
able to work out what type of training that they might need.
Okay. All right.
So going back to last week's session, we talked about the training session.
Yeah.
So you were discussing asking them what training they want. So these reports and the KPIs will kind of show you where they might need it.
Yeah, where they might not necessarily think that that's an issue, but they are actually struggling a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Alrighty. Awesome. Taking a few notes there.
Yeah. Perfect. That's good. So if we look at, let's look at some figures for the KPIs. So then you have a few ideas of where to go.
Yep.
In terms of staff productivity,
Yep.
you really want, obviously, this will change as well when wages increase and things like that.
Yeah.
But beforehand, we were working on $120 an hour. So
Yeah.
when the girls are in, they want to be making $120 an hour.
Is that as the base that they need to make to cover everything? Okay.
So you will need to look at as well with your overheads and the wages, so you can include all of that, and that's where you'll get that figure from. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Overheads. Yeah. Okay. And then obviously you're working it out by how many hours you are open a week.
yeah.
Are you doing it by the hours that you're open or the hours that you're paying your staff? It doesn't really matter because it's in the hours that they're actually working and generating the income.
Yeah. So the salons one would be the hours that you're open.
Okay. Hours open. Yep.
And then the staff ones would be the hours that they're working.
Okay. Perfect. All right. Cool. Awesome.
Yeah. So because obviously if you're open, you're still paying for electricity, you're still paying all of your insurances, all of these things will come into it, into your break even. And if you haven't done a break even as well, that's also something that you can look at doing, because that's where you'll get a lot of your figures from as well.
Okay. Yep. Perfect. Break even.
And the girls, obviously when you're paying for the girls for those hours, so you want to do those for just the hours that they're there.
Yeah.
And then Timely, if you use the hours on Timely, so if it's all input correctly, and if you roster them off when they leave, your hours should be accurate on the computer, but that will take out their lunch breaks as well.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yep.
All right. Perfect.
And then, sorry, just going back as well, that productivity would include, you can separate them, but generally that would include products and services.
Okay. So you'd combine them. Yeah. For that $120 an hour.
So, and that's a good one to keep track of, because if they are working on $60 an hour, then it's costing you a lot of money to have them there. And we might need to work out, are they interested? Are they trying? Do they need training?
Okay. So
Are they not getting rebookings?
Like finding out the why behind why it's down so much.
Yep. And going back to clear communication as well, this is a very personal thing. Some people like to share, and say, it's obviously costing us a lot of money to have you here if we're not hitting this, because we still have to pay for insurance. And some people don't like to delve into those types of things.
Yeah, those conversations. Yeah. Okay. So that'd be being a bit more transparent about, how much it costs to run and so on.
Yeah.
So they're more aware, because I guess they don't know. Unless they've run their own salon, they don't understand. Yeah.
And a lot of them will think, oh, I just made her $1,000 today.
Yeah, but they don't see that. Yeah, that half of that's gone on whatever overheads. Yeah.
Wages, insurance, repairs.
Yeah, rent.
Rent, yes, which is huge. Super, which is still going up.
It is. It is. It is. It is indeed.
So then we can look at rebooking percentages. So as we spoke about before, and you said you would like them to rebook multiple ones. So that's a great one. You could work that into a training session as well, because it's so important.
Yeah.
Times are changing a little bit with online bookings, and people can just lay in bed and do it at 10 o'clock at night when their kids are asleep or whatever.
Yeah.
We used to aim for at least 60%.
Yep.
I think an important thing to say to the team as well is with your rebookings, that also guarantees your shifts. So if they're casual,
Yeah.
that's going to guarantee their work hours as
Yeah.
well.
Guarantees shifts. Yeah.
So have a play with that 60%. See what the figures are at the minute on your reports.
Yep.
But you might find
Okay.
it's a bit less.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. All right.
So the next one would be your average, the average spend of a customer.
Okay. Average spend.
So these ones are where, if they're doing, this will vary a bit, but your average spend, if they're just doing eyebrow waxes.
Yeah, that'll be lower.
How much is your eyebrow wax?
28.
28. Yeah. So if they're just doing eyebrow waxes all day, it's going to be a bit lower. Whereas if they do a facial and sell 5 products,
Rises. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, that rises. So that's where, and again, as I was saying, it all links into each other. But if they're doing an eyebrow wax, and that's what their requests are, they're really good at eyebrow waxes. They keep getting all of these requests for eyebrow waxes. How can we maximize that and say, okay, do they need a tint, or would they benefit from a tint? Would they benefit? Do you still have the Observe machine?
Yes.
Yes.
I
So
do.
can we add a skin consultation to that eyebrow wax?
Okay. So add-ons. Add-on to like more lower value treatments.
Well, all treatments even.
Okay.
Because if they're just doing the
Add-ons.
same facial on their clients and they're rebooking them for that same facial each time, are they adding on that skin consult
Yeah. Okay.
to progress the client? And that also comes down to the client journey as well, that the clients are getting the best out of it.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Okay. Yep. Loving this. Got whole pages. 2 pages.
Pages. Good. I love it. And then your retail percent
Okay. Like
or retail split.
Yeah, of how much is to treatments, how much is to retail. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So have a look what that is as well. You'll be able to bring that up on your Timely. So you want to bring that up as a team, as a salon.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
then also you can do that individually. With your product range, if you continue to stay with that same range, they have it used to be 70-30 split, but it has reduced. So it's a 60, sorry, it was 60-40 and now it's a 70-30 split. So
Okay.
70%
Like treatments.
services.
Yeah.
Yep. And 30% retail.
Yeah. Okay.
So if you think
All
it's
right.
$100, a $70 facial, and then a $30 product on that.
Yeah. Okay. All righty.
And then
checking that.
yeah, going back to what you said earlier about the product range, giving them an incentive if they hit it. Yeah, so that's where that comes in as well. So with that range that you're using there at the minute, they get a free product each month.
Yep.
And dollars to spend on products, which is amazing because then they're using the products, they can sell the products.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Alrighty. When I'm doing the 70 to 30 thing, when I'm looking at that, am I looking at it as a salon or am I looking at it individual or both? Like,
Both.
okay, both. All
I think with all of these, it's really good to look at it as a salon, but it's also really good to look at it individually, because you
Yeah,
might
okay.
find that the salon is performing quite well, and then when you start looking at them individually, you might find one of your senior therapists is really carrying the salon,
Yeah, okay. And
um,
then obviously
or one of your
if they're
juniors is really carrying the salon.
yeah, true. So if they're hitting their KPIs, are we rewarding them for that? Because obviously if they're I guess obviously they're rebooking and they're making sales and they're doing that, they got guaranteed hours, but and obviously if the company who we get our stock from is supplying them with a free product every time they get sell however many, but should I be then like having some sort of reward system for them that, if you go above your KPIs or if you hit a target or something, like you'll like is that something that I should be looking at?
Yeah, you could definitely look at that. So like a bonus structure, even that type
Yep.
of thing.
Okay. Okay.
There's lots of different bonus structures that you can use or reward systems.
Yep.
And again, that will depend on, your income and how the salon's
Yep.
tracking once you've done all of
Yeah.
your reporting as well.
Would
So,
sorry, because I'm
okay.
looking at it as if I'm going to be looking at it as in like as a salon and then also as individually as a salon, would it be like, if we hit or went over our like KPI by for the whole salon, like then we'd have like a morning tea or like have something that would yeah, or have like a night out or something like where we go to a nice dinner or something after work if they wanted to, or an activity they wanted to do, or something like that.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Okay.
Yeah. And the
All
individual
right.
ones, so if you were doing a salon ones, you'd obviously have to reward the whole salon,
Yeah,
or
everyone. Yeah.
yeah. And I guess you need to think about how much they're going over it by as well, and how much
Yeah.
profit you're making from that, because if they are making $1,000 profit and then you take them out for dinner, it costs $2,000.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Have to see how much over that they're bringing
Yeah.
in. Yeah.
But it
And
might,
then
even something small can really go a long way with a team. So even if it is bringing in a box of donuts, like Krispy Kremes, or
yeah. Yeah. Bringing everyone coffees or something. Yeah.
yeah,
Whatever they're or yeah, putting on a little morning tea that they can snack on out the back or something. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, cool.
yeah.
Awesome. Then individually, do you think that like if they're consistently hitting their rewards, um, do you think like more of a cash bonus, or do you find like or asking them what would you like for your reward? Like in their individual meetings, like saying like if you get to this, what is something that you would like? Would you prefer a cash bonus? Would you prefer a present? Would you prefer a voucher to have a massage somewhere, or whatever the thing is, what would you like?
Yeah.
Do you think that's a good way to look at it, or should it just be a set? This is what it is.
I've worked with both, and
Okay.
they both ways work really well, because what you'll find is, and because you've got such a big team, different things will spark
For different people.
different people. Yeah. So
Yeah.
sometimes just
Okay.
having a standard cash bonus can be a lot easier.
Yeah.
Um, but changing it up as well works really well,
Yeah. Okay.
because then you're
Awesome.
targeting it to them. Just obviously keeping in mind it does create more work for yourself if you are
Yeah.
individualizing them.
Yeah. Okay.
And you can do different things as well, like you said, with your vouchers. Another little tip you could do is, if your work credit card gets points. You can also redeem points as well
Yeah.
to
That's a
get
good point.
vouchers.
Just reminded me I need to change my credit card to one that has points. My one doesn't have points. I've just turned out that I'm like, "Oh, it doesn't actually have any points." So nice to know.
Definitely get onto that, because especially when you're buying stock, you'll be accumulating so many points.
Yeah.
So whether it's Qantas points for flights, or you can use them for
Yeah.
vouchers for Westfields or Dan Murphy's or BCF.
Yeah. Yes. So I'll write that here so I remember. Change credit card.
So many
Points.
things to do.
Oh no. Awesome. Thank you. It's a good
That's
reminder.
okay. So there's a lot to debunk when we talk about increasing the productivity of the salon. And I know we've only really briefly touched on things, but how does that sound for
Yeah.
you? Do you feel like you understand what a KPI is now? Do you think you could work?
Yeah, I do. And I think once I get my head into the reports and have a good look, and then also go over all my overheads and actually work out what needs to be covered, so I'm a bit more across the board with that, then I think that'll be a lot easier. And then I can bring that up at like the next meeting.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've got lots of points here to work on. So that's really awesome. If I have any more questions about it, I'll email them through.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, email them
Yeah.
through. Happy to. And I'm going to share that template for you as well.
Oh, thank you.
Have you written down all of the figures for the 4 KPIs as well? So we had.
Hang on. Let me check. Go through them because I've got lots of notes here.
So your
Got
staff
bits here, there, and there.
productivity, and these are just baselines. So this is just something for you to start with as a base, but you can adjust them as you need to when you get settled. But your staff productivity, having them above $120 an hour.
Yep. No, I did write that one.
Yeah, your rebooking percent around 60%.
Yep, got that.
Take a look at that as well. Your average client spend. So just checking what that is, but ideally you would want them spending over $100.
Yeah.
On average. When you do these reports, it does balance them out. So your facial clients and your eyebrow clients, it will balance them out.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It'll do like
as an
as
average.
an overall.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And then your retail split, so 30%.
70-30. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So yes, I've got all those down. Just got them everywhere.
On all of your papers. I
Yeah.
love it. I love that you've taken notes and things. That's great.
Need to see it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
well,
have a bit of a look at those, and then see how it's all tracking.
Yep.
And then once you get confident with that, then you can start bringing them into your team meetings as well.
Okay. All right. Perfect. No, I'm looking forward to getting onto this. I'm going to start some of this today. Well, I've got the time.
Yeah. And while you're in salon as well, that's quite good, because you'll have access to the computer. I'm sure you probably have access to most of it from home as well. But
yeah, I can log on. I can log on anywhere with the Timely, so that's good. But sometimes being in the salon and in the zone helps. I can focus sometimes a little bit better than if I'm in my office at home, or when there's like my own washing to do. I get a little distracted sometimes by all my home jobs. So
very easy to
sometimes
get
it's
distracted.
nice to come in, nice to come into the salon and be able to be like, right, I'm in here, I'm doing this, and then and I also feel a bit more a part of the team too then sometimes. So
yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Alrighty.
Excellent.
So that's a lot. I hope that wasn't too much
is.
for you. But as I
No,
said,
that's great.
email me if you need anything. I'm going to email
Yep.
you as well. Yeah, take a look at your job descriptions, your KPIs.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that. That's on my list now for today.
Perfect. And then next week we're going to meet. Are you still happy to meet next week at the same time on Friday at
Yeah.
11?
Yeah, I am. That works good. It's a good time.
Yeah. And next week we're going to go through, I guess, some marketing strategies and salon reputation.
Yeah, perfect. Can't wait.
Amazing. I love it.
Oh, I look forward to seeing you next week.
Perfect. Thank you so much. It was great to
That's
see you
all right.
again. I'm glad to
Yes,
hear
you
that things are
too.
going well for you.
Yeah. No, it is good. Thanks to you. Helping me out.
Yeah. Not a problem at all. I'm going to stop the recording now. So I will see you next week.
All right. Thank you. Thanks, Caitlin. Bye.
Bye.